Hi friends, welcome to the Dreadlock Culture channel. My name is Nadia, and in today's video, I will be answering the question, which hair type locks up fastest? But first, if you love locks, then let me know by leaving a thumbs up in this video. And if you love lock content, then subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time I post a new video. To answer the question of which hair type locks up the fastest, I want to discuss first a little bit of the characteristics about each hair type. Type 1 is straight hair, type 2 is wavy, type 3 is curly, and type 4 is coily. The hair structure of type 1 hair is smooth and it has a very silky texture. The natural oils produced by your scalp travel easier down the hair shaft of this hair type. And so you're not just going to see a lot more slippage, but also the hair probably gets greasier a little bit quicker than other hair types. Also, this hair type is, like mine, very straight. It lacks curl texture and it lacks wave patterns. So while it does tangle, it doesn't knot as easily as other hair types. Type 2 hair has an S-shaped pattern, and this can range from loose bends to more defined curls. It also has low to medium porosity. Type 3 hair also has an S-shaped pattern, but this one is more tight in terms of curls, and it can range from spiral curls and loops to tighter ringlets. Type 3 has moderate porosity. Type 4 is the most tightly coiled texture. This also has either S-shaped pattern or a Z-shaped pattern. It has a higher porosity than the other hair types, and it's a lot more dense as well, so there's more hair growth coming from the scalp, and it has a rougher cuticle layer, which means that there's a lot more surface tension and that helps it knot easily as well. So as you can imagine, type 4 hair locks up the fastest because of its curl pattern, its surface texture, its high density, and the natural volume and the oil distribution beyond the roots. As far as the timeline for which each hair type will become mature locks, from the very beginning up until maturity, you can expect with type 1 hair somewhere between 24 to 36 months. With type 2 and 3 hair, generally it's somewhere between 12 and 36 months. And with type 4 hair, you can expect it to mature somewhere between 6 to 12 months, and with some exceptions, up to 24 months. Now, of course, if you have locks, then everyone is going to tell you that patience is the name of the game, and that's all that you need to do to wait for your locks to mature. And while that is really true, there's also a few other things that you can do to encourage your locks to mature faster. Number 1 is choosing the right method to start your locks. If you're going freeform, then for sure you're just going to have to rely on your patience. But if you wanted it to go a little bit quicker than that, then you can implement certain techniques. For instance, if you have straight hair like mine, you can do the twist and rip method, gently, of course. You can do the back combing method or the crochet method. Those are possible techniques. If you have coily hair, then you can try also the crochet technique, or maybe 2-strand twist or something like that. There are several ways to start your locks, so I will link a blog article in the description so you can see which techniques work best for your particular hair type. The second thing you can do is to wash your locks once a week. So contrary to some myths that people with locks don't wash their hair, that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, I know some people don't, but if you want healthy and clean locks, then you definitely should be washing your hair. And the reason you want to do it once a week is because clean hair knots better than dirty hair. So the best way I can illustrate this is to think of a bowl of spaghetti. If you don't put any oil in it and you just leave the spaghetti on its own, then once it's cooked, it's going to just stick to itself and it's going to be one massive piece of pasta. On the other hand, if you put oil or butter into the cooked pasta, then it's going to separate it. And so in the same way, when you have dirty hair, then not only will that lead to buildup and residue over time, which is something you also don't want, but it's going to create that oiliness in your locks or around the hair strands, and that's also going to cause it to take longer for them to lock up. And that goes hand in hand with the next tip, which is number 3, to never use any wax or any hair butters in your locks. So for the same reason, you don't want anything coating the hair shaft because it's going to have a really hard time locking. And then also the lock is never going to get fully clean even after that, especially with wax that is not water soluble. It's going to be nearly impossible to get that out of your hair in the future. So you're just bound to have residue forever. The next thing you can do is to moisturize your locks every morning. And you want to do this because you want to keep your hair hydrated and healthy. This, over the long course of time, is going to prevent breakage and dry locks. And so this is to maintain the health of your locks long term. And finally, the last thing you can do to encourage your locks to knot and also to turn into a round shape is to palm roll them. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to make sure that your hands are clean, and then you're going to take your locks and just roll them gently between your hands. And so you just start working your way from the top and then roll all the way to the bottom. I encourage you to separate your roots after you wash your locks, and then you can palm roll them while they're still a little bit damp. And that, my friends, concludes today's video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post new videos every weekend, so I will see you in the next video. And until then, keep rocking your locks. Bye.